Hey everybody, how are ya? In one of the previous videos where I had a gallery chat, not gallery chat, studio chat, I'm a gallery now. In the studio chat, I mentioned these little books. Look like this. And I was telling you I was going to show you how to make them. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to make it on a grand scale. I'm making it bigger. So what I have is I've got myself a piece of 110 pound, I think is what this paper is, watercolor paper. Bam, bam, bam. And I'm going to bust out, put this down here, so I don't mix it with my drink. And if you're an artist and you've never done that, then you're not really an artist, because guess what? Everybody has done that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just create art here. I'm going to do something kind of just washy and fun, and just throw some water on this thing. Oh, watercolor. Whoa, 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 whoa. And so I think I'm going to do some black in here. Not really worried too much. And I say I'm watercoloring, this is actually gouache, you know, my new favorite toy. And this really needs to be anything in particular beyond just some paint. And then maybe what I'll do is I'll just bring in some more water here to loosen it all up a little more. Move it around on the canvas, or the paper, I should say. So really just have fun here and let it roll and move. So what I'm going to do is, while we are waiting for this lovely masterpiece to dry, what I think I want to do, I'm going to just throw in, I'm going to get a little crazy. I'm going to use some hot pink, which kind of seems really odd for me, but I'm just kind of fling it at the paper, just because I want, oh, that went everywhere. There, so it doesn't look like blood, although it got all over my pencil sharpener and the table, but it's washed, it washes off the water, it's not a big deal. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry. So let me set this over here to dry. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to show it to you on a smaller scale, and then we're going to do the larger one, okay? So here's what you end up with. You end up with, if you want to say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, a 6-page book, because these would be covers, or it could be an 8-page if you wanted to use the front or back. And you'll notice these all have the same pattern paper that I use. It's actually a piece of scrapbook paper, which I'm going to use again. But it depends on how you fold it. If you want your pages to be, you know, a pattern, or you can invert the folds. And I'll show you this. Don't freak out. Don't get all scared on me. You can invert your folds and create a book with white pages. Okay? So what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to make these on a smaller scale first. So I am going to break out a piece of, I'm actually going to use something I printed, but I'm not going to end up using, yeah. I'm going to play with this piece. Just a piece of regular paper I printed a photo on. So you take your paper and you fold it in half. Now, if you are someone who does origami, you know how important folds are. So you really want to give it a good fold, okay? And make sure your folds are even and correct. And then you fold it, then you've already folded it this way, unfold it, and then you fold it in half again, lengthwise. So you folded it in half once, which was widthwise, and now we're folding it again, and we're doing it lengthwise. So now, if you unfolded it, you would have something, see, it would look like that, okay? So now, with the paper this way, you take and you fold this end to your middle crease. So your middle crease is right there, and you fold this to your middle crease, okay? So I'm gonna do a middle crease, right to there. Nice fold, okay? Then you take this side and fold it to the middle crease. So now what you're doing is, you are creating almost like shutters, okay? Now, with this situation, if you open this up, what I want you to do, that middle fold you originally made, I want you to fold it just like this. So then your paper's folded in a W, just like that, okay? Now, what you'll do is you push these two pieces down, you take a pair of scissors, and you cut. See that line right there in the middle? The original middle cut right there? So we're gonna cut right down the middle to that fold that makes this, okay? So now you have something that looks kind of like a Muppet mouth, okay? So what you do, you fold your paper down, in, and close. Now, you're saying to yourself, but AE, all of your visuals on the inside. You're right, I want it on the outside. So I unfold my paper like so, okay? And see how this one's folded this way? I now pop the folds. See what I just did? I invert the folds. This was when it was all white pages, right? Because when you fold it, it goes, all the colors on the inside. So now what I'm doing is I'm going to invert all of these middle folds to go in the opposite direction. These two folds invert in the opposite direction, so you really have a lot of white, okay? Now when you fold it down and put it together, your book, this one, now has printed material on the inside. So now you can draw over that and paste over top of it, okay? The cool part about this too is, if you have paper that's all the same size and you put this together, you can now bind this together and make a larger book. I know, right? So you can bind that together to make a larger book, or you could just have a single book, or you can just, you know, put a little small one together or whatever. And you can also make a cover like out of a piece of heavy cardboard, or I don't know, God, you could make it out of a piece of tree bark if you wanted to, if you thought you could do it, or you wanted to do it. But the trick is, there are binding techniques that I have not tried yet, and maybe I'll do it here. Maybe that'll be my next thing, book binding, to show you how to bind these together. But don't hold your breath on that one anytime soon, because book binding scares me. But anyway, that is how you make these little guys. So you could sit there and you could go in and draw with your pen. you know, or whatever over top of this. You could paste, like I could go in here and paste on some leaves and draw all over that, you know, and have a good time with it. It'd be so much fun to have this. And that's where, oh, I'm slinging pins. Sorry, this is really professional. Can you tell I do all this in one take? It's a lot of fun. So like when we were talking about the other day, this is basically this. And I just glued it into this book. So I have a little book within a book. And speaking of the book, here is this page, and it's finalized. I'm not going to do anything else to it. And I will be scanning that in, and this piece will actually be available to create things in my Redbubble store coming up. So that's what's here. And also, just as a secondary, I have started my new smaller journal, one that looks like this, and that's the first page in it. And you can already see there's something sneaking in. Look at those dots. You see those dots? Yeah, I think I'm going to be putting dots on things for some reason. That just hit me today, and it's sticking. And that's why you saw the dots. They're here. I don't know if you noticed that, but they are in that. You should be able to see it, I think. So, yeah, so that's what's going on there. Yeah, so, yeah, this is kind of fun. I don't know, I tell you. I hope you've enjoyed the little studio chat videos that I did. Sorry, I'm checking on the watercolor to see if it's dried up enough to use yet. We're still a little runny. Okay, we're getting there though. It's almost ready. So probably what I'll do is I'm going to take a short break and let that dry, and then I'll get back to you guys and we'll chat some more, okay? And we're back. So as you can see, it's not quite dry yet, but I'm going to play. So I did quite a bit of other stuff on there. Okay. So let's see, where's it really wet? Is there a spot or two that's really? I'm just going to do that. I'm just going to dab it at this point. Oh, there's some right here. And we're good. Okay, so here's what I'm gonna do. So I'm gonna flip it this way. Okay. Once again, bigger scale. However, I'm going to take this, fold it in half, match my edges, and I'm just going to tap this because this is still, I don't want to be messing up anything. Of course, if you had something that was already kind of dry, then it'd be a different story. Okay, so boom, one, right? Fold it this way. So take it. And by the way, this is 300-pound paper, not 140 when I said earlier. I think I said 140. Anyway, so I'm going to match up my corners here. Okay. To make sure that, I'm just going to do that so that way. Let's try this again. Okay. Obviously, when you start working with heavier paper, it will be more difficult to fold because it's thicker and heavier. However, okay, so now I've got this happening. So once again, half to the middle. So here's this half. that's been folded. Now fold this half together. Okay, remember, fold, remember. Okay, now I'm going to take scissors. I'm going to cut, like I said, since it's a thicker paper, it's a little more difficult to do. Okay. So cut down to there. So I have, well, so now if I fold it this way, I have all white pages. So I'm going to invert my folds right now. Because I don't want white pages. Okay, so it looks like this, right? W, Muppet mouth. Fold it down so it does this. Together, boom, boom, and boom. Now, because this paper is so thick, and I didn't do a great job in folding, my pages are sticking out here on the sides, right here. It's right there. However, it's not horrible, and I can live with it. So now, this one piece of art has been turned into a really cool folio book. How cool is that? And it's super easy, especially, you know, if you know how to do basic origami. When I say basic origami folds, it's really not origami folds, it's just folding. If you're good with origami and you can do it, then you're set to go. So that was it, people. That was how you make those little books. Simple, easy, cool, fun. It'd be a great thing for like kids. You know, you could make these little books, make it out of white, just plain white paper, and just let them write their own little story. And it's not massive, so it's like they could write a short story and not be bogged down by it, you know? Another thing you could even do with these books, where's the little ones? Where are the little ones? Where are the little ones? Oh, they are there. So like for instance, like with this, like you could even go in and let's say, you know, you have this fold here, right? And let's say you take your X-Acto knife, and I'm just going to do this. I'm going to pull this out here. And let's say you just do some sort of, I'm going to just do a shape. And granted, you could do something beyond this, but anyway, I'm just thinking out loud. So let's say you do a shape, right? So you cut that out, and then guess what? Then you've got this really cool space that you could do something within that maybe just shows a little bit of something, you know, and then you could like flip it and do that, or you could even take something like another paper. Because of the way this book is constructed, you could take another paper and slide it in so that it becomes like another step. I've seen some really cool books where they take all the interior pages and cut, and it creates this depth of field, and it's like every time you flip it takes a page away, or a visual away. So it's like this could be like edge of a forest, and then you flip it and maybe this page is like a little closer in, and then the next page could be a little tiny house on the back page. Do you follow? I hope so. But anyway, so there you go, guys. That's how you make an 8-page folio book. It's that easy. So I hope you enjoyed this. I'm going to try to do some more videos that are some more hands-on kind of things. You know, show you stuff like this. I might even do some origami. Who knows what I'll end up doing. But for now, I hope everybody's doing well. I hope you enjoyed these videos. If you do, down there, like, share, comment, and follow me, obviously, here on Life with AE. And the most important thing I want everybody to do is I want everybody to be kind to yourself and be kind to others. And you have a great day, night, whenever you're watching this. You get the idea. I usually say that, but anyway, you get it. Everybody take care. Bye.